What's up guys? Welcome back for another video. I'm trying something a little different here. Today is Sunday at the time of the recording here, and so this is going to be what I call self-development Sundays. So every Sunday I'm going to push out some content just talking about, instead of just specifically security, it's going to be something related from the self-development sphere, and we're going to apply that to basically it's going to be applicable to security, to, whatever avenue of life. It's going to be a pretty all-encompassing thing here, because I think there's a lot of really valuable information out there in the self-improvement sphere. I don't know if you guys are, personally have an interest in that, but definitely there's a lot of knowledge out there that can really help you, whether you're trying to improve your skills and security, your fitness, the overall quality of your life. So I want to pass on some of that knowledge because I've definitely delved a lot into that area. So today, in particular, I wanted to talk about the idea of the compound effect. Now, if you're not familiar, there was a book written by Darren Hardy called The Compound Effect. If you haven't read that yet, I definitely recommend checking it out if you want a little bit more information. It's not a very long book, but it's a very, very good book. So basically what the compound effect is basically, if you think about traditionally like compounding stuff, like for example, compound interest and stuff like that you might be familiar with from like the financial side. The idea that, like the snowballing effect, if you will, like, the snowball that's rolling down the mountain and, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's this huge snow boulder, if you will. That is pretty much how acquiring skills works in life. No matter what the skill, anything you want to learn, anything you want to pick up, whether it be getting your OSCP certification, whether it be acquiring some skills for, your job, whether it be getting in better shape. Like you go to the gym one time and you're not going to notice any difference. Go twice, you won't notice any difference. Third time, fourth time, fifth time, you probably still won't notice any difference. But if you keep going consistently and, you keep taking care of your macros and stuff consistently, and then you look back over a month's time, you'll notice a difference. 2 months, 3 months, you'll start to notice like big differences, right? This is because the idea of the compound effect. Even the people that, successfully get the OSCP certification, when they first start, if they were to take the exam, like when they first started, they would have no chance, right? But every day they were working on the boxes, they were working on the labs, they were learning different different aspects of security, like recon for this service and that service, and how to run this exploit, and generating your shellcode and all this stuff, all this knowledge they just piece together little by little. I mean, you look at people that learn languages, people that are bilingual or even polyglots that know 5 or more languages, they learn those languages little by little, and it was just that consistency of going at it every day and compounding that knowledge, and now it's like they know all these languages, right? So basically every single day, you're either voting you're either voting for something or voting against it. So for, we'll take OSCP, for example, because I know a lot of you guys are familiar with that, right? Say you want to get OSCP. Well, every single day, you register for OSCP, you get the exam 3 months out. Pretty much every single day, you're either making a vote for, being able to pass the OSCP, or you're making a vote against it, How many times have you guys, started a project or something, or started learning a skill, and you were really all about it in the beginning, and then you just stopped doing it, and then you try to revisit it later, like months later, and you're like, oh, I'm rusty, Because, you're either growing or you're dying, basically. So you got to keep growing. You got to keep pushing yourself. Or, if you don't use it, you'll lose it, in other words, So that's what the compound effect is all about. It's about making that vote of confidence for yourself every day. Like every day, doing what you need to do to move the needle forward, and just continuously doing that, being really persistent about that, not letting yourself be, to give up or to be overwhelmed by the difficulty. There's a Japanese, I believe it's a Japanese saying that translates roughly to even mountains are formed from specks of dust. And I just really love that one. Personally, a little background about me is I speak Japanese at like about an intermediate level. I took it for a few years in college, and then I went to a lot of meetups here. Used to have like language exchange friends from Japan and stuff like that. So yeah, I really love the culture and stuff, and that's one, they're very hardworking over there, and I really, that quote really stuck with me, but it's so true. It's like, you got to view whatever you're trying to learn, whatever skill it is, you got to view it like a mountain. It might seem overwhelming to build this mountain, but it's just, if you look at the like tiniest level, it's just specks of dust. So each day you got to keep adding your specks of dust and keep adding and adding. Eventually it will be a mountain. I think along those lines, while I'm talking about that, one thing that I know really helped me was, one reason a lot of people burn out on this stuff or don't see it through to the end is that they get too caught up in like where they are right now versus where they want to end up, and they just feel like they're so far away from reaching the goal, so far away from obtaining the goal they want to get to, and then they get discouraged and they give up. So like really the key to pushing through that is to really, wherever you are, to really embrace it and enjoy the steps you're taking, because you'll never be at a point where you can just pull up the lawn chair and just relax. You always got to be advancing yourself. That's the point of life. And even we'll take it for example, all these people that have become entrepreneurs, really successful. They launch their company. They never have to work a day again in their life, and then so they go to just relax on the beach, and then they find out after about a week they get really bored of that, and they like have to have the next thing, right? Because as humans, that's kind of how we're wired. We always need the next challenge, the next thing. So you're always going to be looking to improve, and especially if you guys are in the field of security, there'll always be more to learn. There'll always be more ways that you can advance your skills forward and be better every day. So this idea of just continuous learning, it's really not only just important in this field, but important, to live a happy life. You want to always be trying to improve yourself in all the areas, fitness, your career field, everything. So that's pretty much the compound effect. Definitely, if you're interested in more about it, check out the book by Darren Hardy of the same name. The compound effect. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking about doing on Sundays, just having a little chat about different self-development topics, kind of relating it to security and maybe some other areas of life, kind of like I did here. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or any suggestions for upcoming videos, definitely put that down in the comments section below, and I'll see if I can get to those. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.